Opeth released a new album. So I would like to start this video by sharing my overall thoughts on Opeth and later talk about this album. So let's get down to business. First of all, In Cauda Venenum, their other most recent release, is their worst album. Not in the sense that it is a bad album by any means, but it's just that I feel like that's their weakest album. It sounds good, there's no garbage song in it, but there's something lacking. The way I see it, it was just average progressive rock music and it ended there. I even prefer Orchid over it. And I got to say, I love Orchid. Their debut has that black metal influenced sound, but by that point the band was already going toward that progressive death metal direction they came to be known for. It's a great debut, I love it. In case you're interested, in the description there's a very old video of mine ranking their discography. The video is bad and cringe, and my opinion has somewhat changed since then, but still, if you want to have an idea of my thoughts on every release of theirs, check the description. I will also put there a link to my website. A ranking of their discography will be coming out as well, so stay tuned and save my website on your favorites. Going back to their other works, I personally think that their career from Heritage to the current day is not bad at all. If you know me, I like when a band tries different things and goes out of its comfort zone in order to try innovating and making something different. Because of that, I totally support Opeth going a 70s progressive rock sound and leaving the harsh vocals to the side. Even though my favorite albums are still their progressive death metal ones and I love harsh vocals as well. Morning Rise is my favorite album of theirs, by the way. But from their progressive rock era, I would say that Pale Communion was my favorite. Until I listened to this new release of theirs, so let's just talk about it. The Last Will and Testament. Growls and harsh vocals are back, and I love that. I didn't really think it was bad for them to be missing in more recent albums, as I said previously, but what they did in this album with both harsh vocals and clean vocals is just incredible. This album has that progressive rock sound from their more recent albums, but it also has some of that oppressive atmosphere from Deliverance or Damnation. One thing from this album that is better from any of their other albums is the atmosphere. When I listen to this album, I feel like I'm watching some sort of mysterious noir horror movie depicting something from the Victorian age. The aesthetic is there, just look at the album artwork for example. I love this artwork so much, I already think it is their best artwork, even better than Ghost Reveries and Blackwater Park. Now this release is a concept album, basically about an old patriarch dying and leaving his last will and testament to his family, unleashing the dark secrets about the family's past. Again, as someone like me who loves progressive rock, any concept album will be aces for me. And for that, this album is great too. It has 8 songs. From the first song until the 7th song, the titles are basically paragraphs. So paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and so forth. The last song is unique though. It is titled A Story Never Told. Before this album, I thought the paragraph symbol actually meant section, which is not that far from being correct, you know. The titles would have been Section 1, Section 2, and so forth, so I wasn't that wrong before. As I already said, the atmosphere is on point. It's like watching a movie, and the reason I especially like their albums such as Deliverance and Morning Rise is because of their dark atmosphere. Oof, I just love it. So the band essentially maintained that progressive rock experimentation, but brought back their early days dark atmosphere and the harsh vocals, and they also brought back the band's old logo with the intricate O and all. What's there not to love about this release? As for now, I am enjoying this album quite a lot. I still need to listen to it a whole lot until I can be 100% certain of my opinion on it, but things seem very promising as for now. This could even beat Blackwater Park as my second favorite Opeth album, though beating Morning Rise is something very improbable. I don't think it will come to that, but who knows. Maybe I'll be listening to this album until it clicks in my mind how much better this album really is. Similar to what happened to Holocene by the Ocean Collective. In case you don't know, at first when I listened to that album I didn't like it at all, until it clicked in my mind after a few listens and I just realized how it is one of the best, if not the very best, the Ocean Collective album. So maybe The Last Will and Testament is Opeth's best album, but only time will tell. So tell me in the comment section, what do you think about Opeth's new release? Is it good? Is it bad? The growls are back, so definitely the old school fans of the band are foaming at their mounts over this release. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Until the next one.